Buying a secondhand vehicle is much cheaper than a new car. With a little repair and updating, it can work just fine. One should thoroughly check all the electronic parts of the car, inspect its functionality, and observe every important detail before investing. A guy was thinking about this when he bought a second-hand vehicle at a car auction. He had this idea that he could find a great car at a lower price since he had a limited budget. But he wanted a good car and also wanted to know where it came from. Before we start, please subscribe to Know More and hit the bell so you never miss an upload from us. Also, leave a like right now to show your support. With his limited budget in mind, he embarked on a quest to find a reliable vehicle at an affordable price, driven by a desire for quality and a keen curiosity about its origins. Since his budget was limited, this man had to look for a place where he could get a car in very good condition. On top of that, he also needed to get a good price for it. This guy decided to buy a secondhand car because he needed it for work. He had thought about it a million times before making the decision to buy one. His decision to purchase a secondhand car for work stemmed from both his financial constraints and his meticulous consideration of his needs. He already had the funds, as this was going to be an investment and not just an expense. However, this man had some problems on his mind. One was how much money he would need and where he would buy the car he wanted, which made everything more interesting. This guy didn't want to settle for a typical used car dealership. Instead, he had a very unusual idea of where he could find a car at a safer price. He decided to go to a police auction. Would you ever think of such an idea? Maybe some have done it, while others wouldn't dare to try. But for this guy, going to a police auction seemed like one of the safest places to get a legitimate car in good condition and at a very affordable price. And since the police had confiscated it, this meant that there would be no chance of anyone claiming it as theirs. Do you think it was a smart idea? While it may seem unconventional, his choice to buy a car from a police auction was a savvy move. It ensured a reliable vehicle at a budget-friendly price, free from potential ownership disputes. Sometimes unique solutions can lead to great outcomes. While browsing the internet for police auction dates, he found one that fit his schedule. He was very excited for that day to come, as he had been waiting patiently for it. It was the day of the scheduled police auction, and this guy was preparing to go to the event and arrive as early as possible. So he arrived as soon as he could and then registered as one of the bidders. He was excited because he felt like he was going to make a great deal. When the host started announcing the first car to be auctioned, this guy hoped to find the best vehicle for him at an affordable price. At the end of the auction, he scored a nice Jeep amidst the excitement and anticipation. The unexpected discovery of a high-quality vehicle added a surprising twist to the story, leaving the guy feeling fortunate and satisfied with his purchase. Of course, buying a used vehicle may result in some parts not working properly. This was the case with the electric window. For some reason, it was not functioning properly. This man was happy with the vehicle he got at the police auction. It was much cheaper than he expected, and he thought he had made the best decision in purchasing it. But after a while, he noticed that the power window was not working properly. He had already paid for it in cash, so there was no way to return it. The documents he signed clearly stated a no return, no exchange policy. So his only option at that point was to try to fix the window on his own. He had a little experience in auto mechanics, and perhaps that would prove to be an easy task for him. He just needed to open it, check and inspect what could be wrong, and then fix it. Fixing the broken power window was something this man thought he could handle on his own. Furthermore, he didn't consider going to a mechanic since he had already spent all his money on buying the Jeep. With his basic knowledge of auto mechanics, He was confident he could fix it himself. When you buy a car, whether new or used, it's always satisfying to fix any damage it has. He prepared all the tools he would need to open the car window before heading straight to the garage to check the Jeep. While inspecting it, he felt that something was a little strange in the window compartment of the vehicle. As he carefully examined the window compartment, a sense of curiosity and anticipation welled up inside him, prompting him to investigate further and uncover the secrets hidden within the car. As the man inspected the Jeep's window pane, he realized something wasn't right. He quickly removed the inner window pane and examined what was inside. As soon as the window pane came off, he saw a strange object. He thought the frame had been opened and mended earlier. With a mix of curiosity and apprehension, he carefully examined the object, trying to make sense of its presence within the window compartment. The sight of the seemingly tampered frame only added to his intrigue, fueling his determination to unravel the mystery hidden within the vehicle. At first, he felt scared because he thought there might be something inside that wasn't good to see. In the plots of most movies, people often find drugs, guns, jewelry, gold bars, or tons of money in secret compartments of an abandoned vehicle or getaway car. He was a little hesitant, but his curiosity pushed him to check what was hidden in the window pane. After opening the window panel of the Jeep, the man saw a small black bag trapped between the wires connecting the power window panel. Surely this was the reason why the window power system was not working. Of course, at this point, that fact was no longer so relevant. At first, he was a little skeptical about opening it. His hands were shaking. He carefully took the black bag and placed it on the driver's seat. He paused for a moment, and since he was already holding the bag, he had a crazy thought that it might contain a wad of money. But he dismissed the idea and left the garage to get some air. After a few minutes, he returned to the garage, grabbed the small black bag, and headed to his room. His mind raced with questions and uncertainties as he carried the bag to his room, unable to shake off the strange feeling that lingered from his earlier observation. Once inside his room, he placed the black bag on the table and stared at it for a few more minutes. He was still unsure whether it was right to open it, even if it technically belonged to him now as the new owner of the second-hand Jeep. After a moment of hesitation, he finally decided to open the black bag, and what he found inside left him in shock. Inside were 7 bundles of something with letters and numbers written on them. He got a pair of scissors and carefully opened the first package, revealing a stack of $10 bills. When he opened the next one, the man was even more surprised by what he saw, with each package revealing more unexpected contents. The man's astonishment grew, leaving him both intrigued and bewildered by the mysterious discovery within the Jeep's window compartment. He was shocked after seeing the bundles of bills. He was impressed, so he opened all the remaining stacks. After the $10 bills, he found stacks of $20 bills, followed by bundles of $50 and $100 bills. In short, it looked like a package of money left there from a theft or some fraudulent activity. But at this point, the man had no idea where all that money had come from. How would you react? If you were in his shoes, what would you do first? Would you report it to the police? Or would you just keep it to yourself? Those were some of the questions running through this guy's mind. But what he did next will definitely surprise everyone. No doubt. So, what did he do next? The man's mind was consumed with questions and uncertainties, pondering whether to report the discovery to the authorities or keep it to himself. If you found a bunch of money hidden in your newly purchased car from a police auction, would you be able to handle all that money? The total amount of money the guy found in his newly purchased second-hand Jeep was still unknown. The only thing we can say is that there were no captions or explanations indicating the total value of the money inside the small black bag. What do you think this guy will do with all the money? Would you keep it to yourself? Would you tell your family or friends? Or would you call the police to report it? The man was still stunned because he didn't know what to do with the money. But what he decided to do next will surprise everyone. The weight of his decision hung heavy as he grappled with the moral dilemma before him. Well, every brain is different. You won't believe what this man did after finding all that money. What this guy did with his discovery was very surprising. After taking photos of the black bag and the piles of money in it, he publicly uploaded these photos online. If you were in his position, would you do the same? Well, for one thing, maybe he shared it to show off or for fame. It could also have been to track down the rightful owner of the money. Because if the owner saw these photos, would he recognize the money as his? Would he try to contact the guy? Or could it all be a lie? Did he just make it up to get the attention of online communities? But the man's next move was even stranger. As if without much thought, he suddenly deleted all the information he had documented and published, including the photos, as if to leave no trace. We can't say exactly what this guy was thinking when he posted everything online, including photos of him near the piles of money. Others were there too. He was holding the money, showing it to the world as if he was bragging about it. He uploaded all of that without even considering that his life could be in danger if all of it were true. But after a few hours, all the uploaded images of the dollar bills he had found inside the small black bag were deleted, leaving no trace behind. It was as if nothing had happened. He even deleted his online profile so that no one could track or locate him. The sudden disappearance of the images and the deletion of his online profile only add another layer of mystery to the story, leaving people wondering about the motives behind his actions and fueling further speculation about the true origins of the money and the identity of the person who found it. Nobody knows the answer to this question, but some people have come up with theories about how the money ended up inside the vehicle's electronic window panel. Some say the guy did it all to show off, others think the images could have been fake, and some claim it was all planned to trick and attract people's attention. Well, no one knows if all this was true, but the media wasn't going to let it go easily. They were still investigating and looking for clues to locate the roots of this impressive online publication that caught everyone's attention. And we are all waiting to see how this story will end. The mysterious circumstances surrounding the discovery of the money only serve to heighten public interest and speculation, ensuring that this captivating story remains at the forefront of news headlines and social media discussions until its resolution. As individuals continue to speculate and offer theories about the origins of the cash and the motives behind its placement within the vehicle, the intrigue surrounding the story only deepens, captivating audiences and fueling curiosity about its eventual outcome. The new owner of the secondhand Jeep wasn't the only one who was shocked after finding a bag of cash inside one of the window panes, but so were the people who saw the photos he posted online. In many stories, whether in movies or thriller novels, electric window panels are often the perfect hiding place for illegal drugs, money, jewelry, or important documents that one may hide, bury, or keep. Everyone was puzzled as to how the money ended up inside the car in the first place. The questions remain: who owns this money? And will the owner claim it if he sees the photos online? The discovery of unexpected items hidden within a vehicle adds intrigue to the situation, leaving both the new owner and online viewers pondering the mysterious origins of the cash and its rightful ownership. There are many things you could do with a bundle of money like the one this guy with the Jeep found. Of course, keeping all that money brings to mind the ethical question: does all that money really belong to you? It seems that many people have had similar stories. They also claim to have found huge bags of cash in their secondhand purchased vehicles. And what's surprising is that many of them chose to report the money to the police. They thought it wasn't theirs, and it could have also endangered their lives if they kept it to themselves. If this situation happened to you, if you found a large amount of money inside the car you bought, what would you do with it? Would you keep it to yourself? Would you tell your family what you had found, or would you immediately call the police to report it? The media continued to revive this story, still trying to dig deeper into what happened to the large amount of money that was discovered. This story first appeared in 2013 and is now resurfacing again in hopes of uncovering more about what really happened behind the online images posted by a man who bought a secondhand car and found a fortune inside the window panels. Since the owner of the Jeep can no longer be located and all of his past uploaded images have already been deleted, what can happen next? As the media tirelessly pursues this mysterious tale, the elusive owner's disappearance and the deletion of his online images only deepen the intrigue. The true story behind the fortune concealed in the car's window panels remains a captivating enigma. Most people who have read and seen this story have suggested that car dealers should include unit inspection and verification as one of their responsibilities to prevent this type of occurrence. Of the car should be thoroughly checked to make sure they pass quality control, and there should be no problems with any part of the car as a whole. Sellers must inspect cars before listing them for sale. Even if they are used cars, they can be sold at a lower price. What do you suggest about this? Indeed, thorough inspections by car dealers could enhance consumer trust and ensure safer purchases. Transparent listings, fair pricing, and diligent evaluations can benefit both buyers and sellers in the pre-owned car market, promoting confidence and reliability. Due to stories like this circulating on the internet, people have started checking all parts of the car, even going so far as to examine all the window panels to avoid such situations. They also do this to avoid endangering their lives and the lives of their families. We already know that not only money, but also drugs and firearms can be hidden inside cars. It's all illegal and can get a person in trouble once discovered. We should be careful when purchasing these types of vehicles and carry out proper tests and verifications before completing any purchase or sale transaction. Ensuring that vehicles undergo thorough inspection and testing helps mitigate potential risks and ensures that buyers are making informed decisions, safeguarding both their investment and safety on the road. Different surveys were created after this story went viral on the internet. This tale about a man who bought a secondhand car and discovered a bag of money inside one of its window panes. Many surveys were conducted asking people what they would do in such a situation. The widespread interest generated by this story prompted the creation of numerous surveys, each seeking to gauge public opinion on how individuals would respond if they found themselves in a similar scenario. Did you like this touching and surprising story? If so, we invite you to leave us a comment expressing your opinion.